Hi everyone, it's Judy Heaney at Balance Pilates and Yoga Studio. And today we're looking at our Warrior One. Back in the day, like 20 years ago when I was training to teach yoga, I was taught it in a very specific way, and it was very linear, meaning like you put your feet here, you put your arms here, you put your legs like this, and you hold it. The way I teach now with core strength vinyasa, it's way more what we call organic and fluid. It is kind of the way your body is designed to work, from the feet up and in, from the tops of the feet up through the inner legs, up through the belly, all the way up through your tongue. And so the way I used to teach doesn't really gel with that anymore, and I find that this way builds more strength more quickly and serves my body's anatomy more optimally. So let's check this out. If you come to the back of your mat, as I was taught back in the day, and you have your feet apart, sit bones width, and you spin, let's say your left foot to a 45-degree angle. Then you step forward and you have your hips square to the top of the mat, and you're trying to bend into your front leg. Now my back knee is pointing towards the floor and not really connected to the back foot. So if I was to bend that back leg, it's very, very jammy and tweaky in my knee and in my ankle and in my hip. And then your arms are up and you're asked to bend into that front leg, try to make it go towards that 90-degree angle, and then lift your heart and be here. And now I have no connection here, my belly's spilling onto my thigh, I'm crunching my lumbar spine, and also, well, way back, it was like your arms were pressing together up by your ears. So now my shoulders are out of the sockets, I'm lifting up and I'm arching my back and I'm here, which doesn't feel good in a lot of parts of my body. And I don't prefer that, and that's not how I teach anymore. So let's see how I teach this now. Usually we come into, I would call it modified Warrior One, given respect to the old traditional way of doing it. But now we do it differently. We'll usually come into Warrior One from some sort of lunge. So come to the top of the mat and draw the arms in and up, stretching and lengthening through the fingertips, igniting that deep core line. And then palms come together, bend your knees, hinge at your hips, and float down to the floor. Rise up to the little half lift, long spine. Exhale, hands on either side of the front foot. We'll step that left leg back. And then we're gonna spin. So our feet are like sit bones width, and we're just spinning that back foot so the heel drops down. Now, the heels don't line up. The right foot is still a little to the right of the left foot, but I'm gonna walk my hands to the inside of the front foot and then walk back halfway. This back foot is at an angle that serves my knee, my ankle joint, and my hip. So my knees and my toes are going in the same direction. That angle is going to be different for every person who has different sort of experiences in their bodies, different lengths of levers and all that kind of stuff, different hip mobility and flexibility. So we'll pause here in the middle, bend your legs and rise. Push off the floor, lift through those legs, lift through the belly, lift through the arms and stretch to the sky. And then soften into that front foot. Now my hips are open to the left, and I'm gonna keep them there a bit. Then I spin my chest back to the top of the mat. So I'm getting this really great stretch through the front of my hip, and I'm lengthening through my fingertips. Now, if I think about coming off of the floor through the deep core line, I press off my feet, I lift through the inner legs, I let my sit bones go back, and then I draw in and up through the front of my pelvis. I feel the back body ignite, and then I lift up through the crown of the head. All right, so I'm here. When I bend into this front leg, I'm still ignited through here, and then I just spin open to the top. I don't lose that, I stay lifted. Now this back leg could bend, and it's anatomically in the way it's supposed to be, knees and toes in the same direction, because your knee is a hinge joint, it likes to hinge in one direction. I've never seen a knee hinge sideways without an ambulance showing up. We're gonna bend and release here. So I'm pushing through my feet, lifting through my legs, lifting through my belly, and stretching through my fingertips. And I'm gonna stay here and breathe. And this is our modified Warrior One, which is gonna serve you more than trying to keep your foot at a certain angle in a certain way and just stepping into it. We have room to grow from here and lengthening out and down than we would from our beginner one. Boom, 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 here I am. Right, so I hope that helps you. Hope it answers some questions. If you ever take my class, why is she doing it like that? This is the why. And maybe try it out, check it out, and try Warrior One in a different way. See how it feels in your body, and see if it feels the same way it did for me, because it was kind of a game changer of getting out of my back, feeling strong and stable through my legs, and not feeling tweaky through the back leg at all. All right. Again, hope this helped you. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again on the mat soon.